it. You've flown in an L-39. Of course he has. Of course he has.
I did it.
Why? Because he is YouTube star Andrey Borisevich. You guys know him. You have seen his YouTube channel. And if you haven't, I'm going to put the links down in the description. Andrew, thank you so much for being here. This is a real honor for me.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
We're at Sun and Fun, obviously Sun and Fun 2021 here on behalf of the Watch Your Attitude podcast, sponsored by Level Aviation. I want to thank them so much for giving us this opportunity to sit down. And finally, I have heard so much about Andrew. I've watched his channel for so long. It's been fantastic. I want to ask you about some of the great episodes that you put together. You did a great video about the Piper Meridian, and it's not the biggest aircraft in the world, is it?
Nope.
My God.
So, not at all.
How big was the fella that went in that tried to fit? I was watching this video, and I'm going to put the links in the description. This poor guy had to fold himself up to get in there. How tall was that guy?
If we calculate it properly, so it looks like 6 feet and 5 inches, right? 6.5. 6 and 5.
Wow.
It's actually, I tried another guy with 6 and 2, and he cannot make it.
Are they okay? I need a follow-up to this. Are they okay? Have they unfolded themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, no broken backs.
I helped him.
Good, yeah, good. They need a good chiropractor. If anybody knows a good chiropractor in the South Florida area, hit us up. Links in the description.
Yeah.
Aside from being a YouTube star, of course, you have a flight school down in Fort Lauderdale. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sky Eagle Aviation Academy, we call this. It's located in Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport. It's not small school, not the biggest school, so I would say it like average. We have 12 planes, most of them is Cessnas. We also have Cirrus SR-20 for training. We also have Tecnam for twin. 2006, we also have Beechcraft Duchess.
Oh, the Duchess! Yes. Oh, what a great model! I'm familiar with the Duchess.
For old school guys.
That's right. That's kind of me. We had a Duchess for years, and just what a great air. Absolutely.
And I have extra.
Oh, you have an extra?
Yeah.
What? No kidding. This guy's running the gamut. We were just talking, some L-39s went over, and Andrew tells me he's flown the L-39 as well?
Yep, I did.
Wow, how was that?
It was great.
Yeah.
But not meet my expectation.
Really?
Yes.
What about it didn't meet the expectations?
We pulled about 4.5 G, and we did like a loop. We did a long loop. It took about maybe 1 minute, something like that.
Okay.
And I feel 4G like easy, so I didn't feel like something unusual happens to me. Just normal.
Nothing.
But I flew aerobatic before. So before I flew this flight on the L-39, I did a lot of flights on the Yak-52, which is Soviet Union aerobatic plane.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And I already had about 75 hours on the Yak-52 before I tried this Albatross.
Okay.
So I was prepared, actually. And it was not so excited as I expected, because I thought, okay, this guy is flying 700 kilometers an hour, right? 750. And it's gonna pull me in my chair. Nothing happens. So 4G, okay, that's 4G.
You know, I'm not really an acrobatic guy. We've had a couple of offers this week to go up and fly some acrobatics, and I'm nervous. I'm straight and level all the way, man.
I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think the best idea if every pilot who complete private pilot course should have at least one aerobatic flight for spin, just to see what does it mean. So I'm not talking about perfection. I'm not talking about like you need to know how to recover from spin. You need to know in its theory, right? But when you can see this first time, you can be scared.
Definitely.
And let's say you have 2,000 hours, okay? As you said, you fly in level straight and you don't have banks more than 30 degrees. Something happens and you're in a spin. What happens to you?
Sure.
Panic.
Yeah, panic, right?
Panic, right?
Exactly.
Even if you know what you need to do. The opposite rudder, yoke behind the neutral, full power. You know everything, right? But you never did it, and you never seen it how it looks inside. So, in my personal opinion, if you had this experience before on the private pilot level, then you need to first of all recognize, I am in a spin. Cool. I know what to do, and you can do this, right? Because I can tell you this story. They crashed airplane because they tried to jump over the thunderstorm.
Okay.
As a pilot, you know the thunderstorm is one of the biggest problem, right?
Definitely, absolutely.
So we're trying to avoid thunderstorms at least 20 miles
Sure.
Left, right, doesn't matter. The guys tried to jump over. So they jump higher than ceiling level. For 154, it was like 12,000 meters.
Okay.
So they jumped to 12.5.
Okay.
And they stalled both engines. They have 3 engines. 2 engines stalled, 1 engine still running, and they start running in speed. Question. 65 years captain. Flew about 40 years. Okay. And young boy, just from university, 23 years old, I believe, and flight engineer, who from them first recognized they were in a stall, in a speed.
Kid.
The young kid.
Yeah.
Because the guy who flew 43 years on this airplane, he never seen speed before. They couldn't even understand what happens to them. And only the guy on the right chair, he understood what happens, but it was too late.
It was too late. They didn't make it.
So in my school, I have special program actually. All my graduates, they have opportunity to fly with me on extra once for free.
How cool.
This is just a free bonus. So from the school. As soon as you graduate as a private pilot, you got your certificate, welcome on board and fly with me on extra.
Wow, man, that's pretty cool. I mean, not everybody gets to go fly aerobatics. That's for certain. In fact, I would venture to say that most pilots have never flown aerobatics.
I know.
So
but it's good experience.
What a cool extra value, man. That's super cool.
If you just think about that, 1 hour of flight on extra is about $400.
Okay.
So I just give it to them to make sure they graduated with some additional experience, a little bit above the average.
Sure.
Which is great, right?
Anything above the average keeps you that much safer. So how did you get into aviation?
It was my dream since I was 6 years old. So this is the story behind. My mom told me many times, hey, when we pass by airport, I used to live in 15 minutes from the airport.
Okay.
As soon as you saw the airplanes, you asked me to stop and go to the airport. So I remember myself approximately from 6-7 years old. Then I started doing this, plastic models.
Sure.
So I just started glue these plastic models. I had about 56 different models on my shelves. Then when I was 10 years old, I enrolled to Aero Club.
Okay.
It was still Soviet Union, 1990s actually. Okay. And I started to learn aerodynamics, engine and fuselage and airframe.
Okay.
Then USSR disappeared. So the USSR was destroyed in a few days. And all air clubs was shut down, everything shut down. We started experience really, really huge crisis. And the crisis was probably 2-3 years because the countries separated from each other. So nobody knew what to do, what happens to air clubs. Nobody knows, right? And I was lucky in 1994, I enrolled to special school class in a high school as an aviation constructor.
Okay.
I mean, as an aviation engineer and creator. So I used to study additional information or like classes. Look at this, albatross.
You can hear here come the albatrosses. You guys can't quite see that, but here come the albatrosses, and in the background the STOL competition going on here at Sun and Fun 2021. So I love the STOL, man. I love all of this.
So then something happens to financing of this class, and I drop off because it was no any progress, no any future, and was poor country. I was born in Belarus, which is a small country between Poland and Russia.
Sure.
So, and I decided to stop with aviation, so I took all of my models, I put everything in the boxes, and I just took it away, out from my house. And I said, no, aviation is not going to be in my life anymore. I was 15 years old, and I decided to move to IT business. So I was graduated from university as a software engineer. So I did everything for software.
Okay.
So I can program everything. Websites, online shops, and all this stuff.
Multifaceted guy.
Yeah. I did everything by myself, and in 2001 I decided to open my first web design studio. So we started to develop the websites. That's it. And it was really good career up to 35 years old.
Okay.
So when I turned 35, I said, I probably do something wrong, because I was not super happy with my IT career. I was actually a really good guy in terms of normal understanding from people, right?
Sure.
So I had a suit, I had a driver, I had apartments in Moscow. So I was pretty rich guy at this time.
Okay.
And nobody could understand why this guy changed his life from this luxury style, like nightclubs, restaurants, girls, driver, apartments, house in close proximity to
I gotta
to
tell
Moscow.
you, that'd be hard to give up. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. And I said, okay, I'm gonna be an airline pilot. And everybody said, you're crazy. What are you gonna do? How? You will not survive, because my salary was not even close to what I could get from airliners.
Sure. Yeah.
It was so far apart from each other.
Yeah, beginning airline is making.
Yeah, but I had some reserve. I don't remember exactly. Maybe $100,000. It was my backup savings.
Sure.
And I said, okay, I'll try. Why not? And first time I moved to United States in 2013 to get my commercial license.
Okay.
So it was fail, because I couldn't pass even instrument check ride because my English was really good, poor. My knowledge was not really good, but I was a pilot at this time, because I started flying in small airplanes in 2006.
Okay.
Back in Russia. But I've never been commercial before that. I
Sure.
was just private pilot. I flew Yak-52. I participated in aerobatic shows. Not shows, actually competition.
Okay.
I never been in a show, but I was in the competition. But nothing serious. So I was not professional pilot until 35. So when I failed, I come back to Russia and I start reading the books. I said, okay, I'm gonna be ready. I start learning English. I start work on the books, on all this kind of theory. And I came back in 2015 and I decided, okay, I would like to be involved in flight school business. So me and my partner, we decided to buy the flight school. We just bought the flight school.
You did? Okay. Yeah. So you just went in and bought this thing kind of, it was already going.
Yeah, the school was established in, I believe, in 2010.
Okay.
Before me, it was two owners. The first owner sold the school to Spanish guy. The Spanish guy ran this for 3 years, and he said, I'm super tired, because flight school business is not the best business in the world, right?
Right.
It's not super profitable, and it's not super, I would say, efficient, but it's really dangerous.
Yeah.
And my Spanish guy, previous owner, they had 2 accidents in previous time, and he said, hey guys, I don't want to go to jail, right? I don't want to spend a lot of money to buy new airplanes, because I don't have money.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of money from business. This is good for living, but it's not something you can save for your retirement or whatever you want, right?
Sure.
So you're just taking money, you spend this money. Taking money, spend this money.
Sure.
And he decided to sell, and it was the right time. I was nearby, and I said, okay, I can buy it, I can run it. So he allowed me to do observation for 1 month.
Okay.
So I stay in the business. I saw what's going on. I saw operations. I saw everything. I said, okay, I probably can run it. Let's do it. And we just shake the hands and say, okay, this is your money. This is your keys from the business. Get out of here.
Wow.
And
And you took the leap, and then here you are. I mean, by all accounts, not too bad. I really appreciate the just the kind of leap of faith that you took going into it. So where are you now with that? Is that still something that you're just feeling? I love having the flight school.
Yeah. I still love to having the flight school, but the business is just expand really in a different ways. So now it's not only flight school. The flight school is probably 70% of my business, but I also have aircraft sales. I sell airplane to Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, Europe.
You do? I hear you're taking on a new model, in fact. Bringing something new aboard, some jets?
Yep. Yeah. So Vision jets, HondaJets, and I just sold the Meridian. So you've seen on this YouTube channel, this Meridian, it was for my customer from Europe. It's his airplane, not mine.
Sure.
But he allows me to do video about
that one was his. Oh, well, man, I appreciate him letting me use it, because that's one of my favorite. I've shown that to just about everybody. We played it in the gym before I came to Sun and Fun, so everybody got a chance to see what I was talking about, what just kept me giggling for like a week. I mean, that's a great day. Andrew has such a selection of videos on there, but that one stands out. I mean, I love the Piper Meridian, like I say, but it's not the biggest airplane in the world.
No, it's not.
So tell me about the HondaJet.
I can tell you probably everything about Honda because on my channel on April 21st, we have scheduled a premiere about HondaJet.
Nice. You guys make sure to check that out. Of course, I'm going to drop the links in the show description. I can't wait for this.
It will be big film, about 1 hour and maybe 1 hour and a half about Honda.
Okay.
Because Honda allows me to do video on the factory.
We're talking video from the Honda factory then.
Yeah, it was approved by Chief Executive Officer and the guy who built this airplane.
That's no small deal.
Yeah, I spent 2 months
Congratulations.
to negotiate it. And finally they allowed me to do that, and my team, all of us flew to Greensboro, where the factory located, and we spent about 9 hours doing this video. They allowed me to fly airplane. I flew airplane on the back as a passenger. I flew airplane in the front seat as a pilot, and we did all walk around. So it's going to be a full specification about this airplane.
I can't wait to see it. I know we've got a lot of viewers that are interested in the HondaJet. El Jefe himself said he likes would like to see more about the HondaJet. So here's the opportunity, guys. I'll of course put the links in the show description, and I can't wait for this premiere. You say that's April 21st?
April 21st, yeah.
Coming up, guys, coming up.
Maybe at the time you will post this video, it's going to be on the YouTube. Maybe.
That's right.
I don't know.
Now, I appreciate you being such a good sport, sitting down with us at Sun and Fun, and part of Sun and Fun is fun. So I have a couple of questions that are just fun, kind of not very serious. I'd like to ask you if you're okay with that.
Go ahead.
Awesome. Now, what is your favorite flight snack? What do you like to take up? I mean, occasionally I get hungry up there. I got to have a little snack. So what's your go-to? What do you eat up there?
Just water.
Just water.
Just
nothing.
water. Yeah.
Wow, that's the first one. No flight snacks, no matter how long the flight.
Do you like the story behind this?
Yes, I would.
In 2018, I flew around the world on a Cessna 182.
Wow, around the world.
Yeah. You can find this record in Earth's Flyers. So we flew with my buddy on Cessna 182 all over north side of the world. We unfortunately we never goes down below the equator.
Okay.
But we flew through Russia, Alaska, Canada, United States, Greenland, Iceland, whole Europe.
Wow.
This is what we did in 29 days.
What an amazing, in 29 days?
Yes.
What an amazing trip.
Now I can tell you. Can you imagine how many snacks I had in the back?
yeah, right.
Do I need to tell you another part of the story? That's it. So I just was I gained a few pounds.
Sure.
Because it's nuts, kind of sweets. You have all these junk foods, some bars.
Of course.
Protein bars. And you fly in like 7 hours. What are you gonna do? You talk to each other, you're tired.
Right.
Okay. You got the snack and talk to each other, you got the next one. In 7 hours you can eat, I don't know how. It's a huge amount. So, since this time I decided no snacks anymore.
Okay, then what a fantastic determination. I love the story behind that. It makes such perfect sense. You know, if you're not careful, you can definitely put on the pounds taking up some of these snacks that pilots have suggested. We've gotten Snickers, Cheez-Its. Nobody has suggested fruit yet. Fruit.
Yeah.
Nobody. None of you.
When I started flying a business jet, a Learjet 60,
nice.
I decided to take on board only yogurt and juice. So yogurt, juice, maybe sometimes piece of chocolate.
Sure.
I see what my first officers usually do. They have like chips.
Yep.
Most of the time.
Yep.
So they one pack of chips, the second one. Hey man, don't do this, please. I'm 41 and I'm gaining weight. You're 21. You don't see what's going on.
Right.
But
exactly.
In the future,
they don't know.
In the future, in the 5-10 years, it's going to come back to you. So just be careful.
You can't tell the 21-year-olds nothing, Andrew. If there's one thing I've learned, 21-year-old, that guy's not taking
And actually, if I can, I'll give you a hint. In my YouTube channel, video 111, all of my videos is numerated, so it's all by numbers. 111 is an interview with a guy who is 70 years old. He's still captain in Learjet 60. I flew with him 2 months ago. He just turned 70s last week. And the last week he got new type rating, citation 10.
Wow.
And I asked him, Alfredo, give me advice. I'm 41, you 70. I would like to fly at least up to 70 years old. At least, okay? I would love to fly maybe later.
Absolutely.
Right? But this is just the initial goal. Give me the best advice how you can keep your safe health and mentally health, right? Do you know what he said about the first item? The food.
Eat healthy.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
So just watch on food. That's it.
It's that simple.
That's simple.
It really is.
That's simple.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. What great advice. I mean, he's lived that long. I'm sure he's got some information to impart. So worth the listening. Now, as an accomplished pilot, I mean, you've flown quite a few types, it sounds like. What airplane would you fly? If you could fly anything throughout time, what would you fly? What would be your dream
I
airplane?
will not be some like original in this. When Airbus 380 shows up on the market, I told myself, say, hey man, this is a guy I want to fly.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's not going to happen because Airbus 380 is not in production anymore.
Right, yeah, they stopped production.
They stopped production. The Emirates is selling airplanes, so everybody's going to, like, I don't know what happens to another Airbuses, but definitely it's not going to happen in the future, right? So, but I'm happy to have Airbus 320 type rating at least. So
okay, yeah. I mean, it's
really pretty similar. It's still the same concept, but of course, when you fly an Airbus 380, so this is what you can recall on when you retire.
Right.
What airplane you flew in the past? Hey guys, I flew Airbus 380 with 800 people on board. It's something, right?
It's right. 800 people capacity. That's just incredible. I mean, the A380 is just an amazing airplane.
Yeah.
And now, I saw you doing an interview here recently with an A330 pilot. So that sounded pretty exciting. I mean, that's another exciting airframe that I can't wait to hear about. Is that interview going to drop soon?
Yeah, we're gonna do this actually on Monday.
Okay.
So we're gonna video this interview on Monday, and probably May, in the middle of the May, we're gonna see this on the YouTube channel.
And there you go, guys. We'll put the links down in the description, of course, for Andrew's channel. It is a phenomenal channel, and it's about aviation, if you guys didn't guess. So a fantastic channel. I'm going to put the links down in the description. Andrew, I really appreciate you sitting down with us for the Watch Your Attitude podcast. This has been an absolute honor. I have wanted to talk to this man for several months. We were able to make it happen at Sun and Fun through a mutual friend of ours, who I must thank you, Sophia, for setting this up. Thank you for LaVille Aviation for sponsoring the podcast. Andrew, thank you so much for sitting down.
I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.